person that fight what you're fighting for, because it's your trust and it's your world, it's your kindness. Thank you, really. Thanks to you, my evening, it's a perfect evening.
Praise God. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, this is the street that just a couple of years ago the Russians came and did some damage to the Ukrainian people, and not to mention the 30 million who died in the famine, you know, and the Second World War. So you could say the feeling of the Ukrainian people is strong against Russia. You see some toilet paper, Vladimir Putin on them. There's some really good artists in this little row here. Did some preaching here once or twice, and it's a very beautiful day actually. 70 degrees, Fukushima. The river, and I believe over that direction is the east where there's a war on. But I think the noise is just the traffic going over the bridge, which is just beyond the trees there, and people just out canoeing. And check that out. I don't know if it was built like that. It's not a boat, it's actually a building. It's a holiday today. See the beautiful colours of the trees all the way around. And hardly a cloud in the sky. Today is probably the most I've seen that could be chemtrails, but may not exactly be. But usually it's just a clear sky and beautiful weather. Middle of October, and this is just like Orthodox church where they do witchcraft apparently. Some people do witchcraft, they light candles and all that stuff and chant. If they don't like a neighbour or something like that. I'm not sure how involved they get, but see the beautiful colours. So I'm not really picking up that well on the camera, but when you zoom in you can see them a bit better. They are actually a lot more red than they are on the camera, the colours there. Really nice. This rock cafe in Kiev, and got some honey beer. I can't get non-alcoholic beer, so I had it last night, which was really nice. Honey beer, and Ukraine I think is a lot more natural. I think it's all organic or mostly organic things. It's really like the white man's Africa, except you don't get as much GMOs, I think. So, very cool. So, cheers. Well, I'd made a video the other night, and the painting isn't finished yet, but you can see it is Oleksandr Usyk. The likeness is there. Still got quite a bit to do in this painting. Now, if you're a budding artist, you see the size of it. I mean, it is huge. I can't go far enough back to actually show you the entire painting. You know, it's the size of my hand. So it's almost like, it's not life size, but it's like half half life size. But if you're a budding artist, just get the paint on the canvas. That's my advice. Just get the old paint on the canvas. Don't mess around. But I've learned, obviously, due to the scale of this, I would have been better doing a sketch to get things in place. Because I lost my way a little bit. I had a bad day yesterday. Only got about, I had to redo some of it. But, so I made up a little bit today. So got it to almost like, I thought it'd be finished by today. So it takes me like, on and off, a few hours. I could get a painting like this done in 2 or 3 days, really. But, what price for this, do you reckon? Oleksandr Usyk. He's best up-and-coming boxer at the moment. He is a unified world champion at light heavyweight, I believe, or is it cruiserweight? I think he's a cruiserweight, the best cruiserweight since Evander Holyfield. Now the other thing I learned was if you have a couple of paintbrushes, use one for the light colours and the dark colours because it speeds things up. I know it sounds obvious, but that's another thing I learned. So I learned at least 2 things, and I believe I learned something else which escapes me at the moment. You can see the little trainer there. It's a little bit too dark to see the ring announcer. You can just see him behind the flag there. And I believe there's a guy here with a scorecard, which I'll just, do. Use a palette knife and paintbrushes for this one. But I think the real trick is that I've learned is do the sketch first because it will save a bit of time. I have done paintings before where we've done sketches, and it's better if you do that. But it's not really that important. The main thing is get the paint on the canvas and then start painting. If you make little mistakes, you can paint over it, This is acrylics. Obviously, if you're using oils, you have to really be very accurate because it takes days to dry. But it's okay if a couple of things are out of place. You can go over it, in acrylic. So that's the good thing. It is a quick way of doing art, and I really enjoy it. So see how it turns out and see how much I get for this. I reckon at least 25,000-30,000 of the Ukrainian money, which is about $1,000, I think it is.